Everybody, we are back. It is Tape the Last Favorites podcast, favorites channel, favorites everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also, follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt. And of course, pandasups.com, discount code TDL for 35% off. All right, so today we are doing the film review versus the Buccaneers. Another loss. We haven't had
Been 2.5 months.
Yeah. I would say a positive review. I mean, we did some positive stuff. It just hasn't been a positive overall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It hasn't been a positive here.
I mean, like I said, 2.5 months since a win, so tough to find. But yeah, at least we've been trying to find a few silver linings and look at the young guys playing well, and have a couple of them I think this week. So there's that. But yeah. It's tough. Like we said in the instant reaction, only 4 more to go. 4 more games to go.
Yeah, we're almost done. We're almost out of here. It's almost over,
Yeah.
man. This season has been long and ugly. And we're gonna end up playing a bunch of backups in the season. It feels like the Jags got a backup, Saints got a backup, and the Chargers probably won't be playing their starters. So just take a guess, right? Because they're basically playoffs because the AFC is so bad. So
I mean, I don't know if the Falcons have I know they've stuck by Kirk, but hey, we might see Michael Penix on Monday. Who knows?
Yeah, and then maybe the Raiders perform well on defense. Everybody's like, see, it's the backup quarterback spectrogram. See, that's what it is. That's what's gonna happen here. All right. Now that I think about it, this is a little weird, man. There are some chances at some wins because they play backups.
Yeah. And I mean, I didn't think about the Chargers just because they haven't clished anything yet. I don't know if they'll be locked into a playoff spot. I think they will firmly be in the playoffs with how the AFC just really doesn't have that many good teams in it this season. But if they're locked into a spot, like you said, that could be another meaningless game. The most meaningful game comes, and again, keep saying it, in 2 weeks when it's for the number 1 pick, and we could very well be seeing Desmond Ridder versus Mac Jones, like everyone was anticipating. So
yeah. I mean, Aiden O'Connell is gonna try to play on Monday. So he has that bone bruise. He's going to try to play. So that's the thing. That's what I was even thinking about this even more. Aiden O'Connell will probably be playing next week, man. So if Aiden O'Connell finishes the season, I mean, the Jags first, there's.
I mean, I'm glad he's all right. At the same time, I'm also like, for his sake, I'm like, Aiden O'Connell with a bad knee. That's a sitting duck in the pocket, man.
Yeah. But say he's gonna try to play Monday. If he doesn't play Monday, I don't think he'll play. I don't think he plays Monday. But if he doesn't play Monday, right? He'll probably play next week.
Probably play next week. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he's not, going against like Baker Mayfield or anything like that anymore. No more Patrick Mahomes. And the Raiders defense played pretty good against the Bucks for 2 quarters. I don't know, man. It's gonna be. It's just an interesting dynamic. Like Carr's out. As I said, there's just like 3 out of these next 4 games against backups.
Yeah, I mean, Carr could play. I think they haven't put him on IR, but it does sound like he's going to miss at least this week. And if he did, I don't know. They say if he officially broke his hand or not.
Yeah, I thought Rappaport said he was out for the season.
Did they put him on IR? Because the last I saw was that they weren't putting him on IR in hopes that he might be able to play.
Let's see. If I look up Derek Carr without seeing memes first. Expected to miss several weeks. I
don't understand why you don't put I don't understand why you don't put him on IR for the Saints. Like, if you have we barely have several weeks left, but for some reason they think maybe he really wants to play week 17. Like that would like, if you're the Saints, like, and you're Derek Carr, that's the only reason why you want to play it the rest of the season. I know he's a competitor, but like, let's be honest. I think if we gave some truth serum, the reason why he doesn't want to go on IR is because he wants to get payback against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Week 17. No playoffs. Like, the playoffs are out for them too. Like, I feel like that's got to be the real reason why they haven't put him on IR.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. It's just I'm just thinking about this, man. I don't know, that number one pick is just not a for sure thing anymore, right? Because it's like we saw this last week. I mean, we kind of get into the film mixed in. They had a chance to win this game again, right? Right? The film wasn't bad. It
Yeah.
was a bad film, right? It wasn't like these other games where we just watched this like, oh my god, this is awful film. The film wasn't bad. There's a lot of good moments on film, and of course, there was some bad moments on film, and why they ended up losing the game. But if they keep playing like how they're playing, I think they're gonna eventually break through, and that's gonna piss some fans off. It is. I could see the breakthrough potential because right now on offense they're just terrible in the red zone. I don't know what's that about. They can't run the ball there, and then
Yeah.
it feels like they can't complete a damn pass down there, and every concept doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like he ran a bootleg, which I don't know why you run a bootleg to Muaga. Maybe you're just trying to catch them off guard on that 3rd and 3 in the goal line. Of course, he slipped, so the whole play was dead. He was very mad at himself that he fell. He probably that was his chance. That was his chance to get a catch, and he fell on the ground. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be, Mark. It's not meant to be. And so I feel like they're gonna have some breakthrough game at some point with the offense. That I don't know. Maybe these quarterbacks will hold them back altogether because I could say Aiden did that too. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Matt?
And that is the kind of the crazy thing about this year's Raiders is like we have sat here and said like there's not terrible film out there. Like it's not like I felt like we had many games where I mean there've been some, but it's not like in this last stretch they've gotten dominated for 4 quarters. But they also have the longest losing streak in the NFL right now,
Yeah,
like active or just like throughout the entire season. Like it's again like we talked about in the instant reaction, it makes it more frustrating. But I mean, like you said, with the defense, like tale of 2 different quarters and almost 3 different games with the first quarter, the second, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter.
mm,
I mean, the run defense. We were talking about it a little bit before the show. Uh, like the Bucks kind of like in the first quarter they came out and they kind of Liam Cohen was in his bag, especially with the running game. Like I was showing, like doing a lot of his like kind of fancy stuff where he puts a lot of window dressing and disguises it up pretty well. And the Raiders were not ready for it. Like I think if you saw Ted Wynn post that one clip of Spillane and Diablo, where I didn't think they moved after the
yeah,
snap and just got blocked and they broke a
mm,
long run. There's a lot of that in the first quarter. And then for some reason, Tampa Bay kind of went away from it in that second and third quarter. And then in the fourth, they kind of got back to it and started running the ball a little bit more. And I think the Raiders, part of it too, was Raiders getting worn down from being on the field so much and
yeah,
again, spiritually, emotionally, and all that stuff. When they had to keep make the plays with the offense not doing anything. And that kind of ended up being the nail in the coffin. But yeah, it was just a weird game and weird film to watch where I felt like at times I was watching 2 different teams. And I mean, it was honestly like the coverage was not bad this week, and it's a little bit
yeah,
different than what we've been seeing the last few weeks. And pass rush worked out pretty well too. They
yeah,
started getting to Mayfield, and again, that's when ended up coming back and making it close, but obviously couldn't finish on either side of the ball.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like it's if they play like that, they have a game like that where they're getting turnovers and stuff like that. Like in some of these backup quarterbacks, I think it's gonna be a little different outcome in my opinion. Because I
Yeah,
think Baker
fair.
Mayfield was just able to kind of just keep fighting, right? I mean, he's that type of
Yeah,
player. He's not going to get down on himself too much or anything like that or lose confidence. So he's going to keep slinging it, and that's what he kept doing. And they started converting some plays, and that drive we went up 21-10. He finally got that throw to Mike Evans, and then they go down and they score, and then of course they get the late score late in that game. But and then on offense, one thing you notice is that they can run the ball now, right? So
yeah,
that changes everything. I think he opens up the play action, opens up everything. Like Zamir White's on IR now, so it is the sincere McCormick show. That's what really we're about to get into here. He looked really good on film. Dude, he could like I said, he can run the football, and I'm gonna show him at the end. He blocked okay today on
okay,
Sunday. Yeah,
nice.
he got some blocks in there, so they're trusting him to block and be a 3 down back. Like we can see Amir Abdullah out there a lot, right? And it was like he was the lead back for the team. And I think he's kind of earned that role. And I think the offensive line, and I'm doing Michael Mayer today too. I thought he blocked really well as well. So I think all those things mixed in, they're able to run the ball. Now, passing, this game, I thought Aiden O'Connell was just kind of, it wasn't that he was bad because he wasn't bad on film, right? He wasn't really his inconsistent, terrible game. He just had that awful decision in the end zone. I did a one play breakdown, so if you guys are watching this, go check that out. Where he just, I don't know, he was expecting Bowers to win there, but whether it's pass interference at this point, it didn't matter. But he kind of got stopped and just being a pick. But he had Jacoby Myers wide open on that play, right? So I don't know, some things like that. He just was kind of messing up, and that's the things with the passing game. It was working on the short stuff and all that stuff, but they're trying to go deep, and really none of those passes really worked this week after having a lot of good deep passes the previous week. So that was a little bit with Aiden O'Connell. So who knows how that bone bruise is going to work out for him, or they just ice him and put him on IR. They decided to do that. We'll see. But yeah, it really was just kind of that play. I mean, I feel like that play in the red zone was like the game.
Yeah. And was that from what I remember just on the broadcast, and just again just going pure off memory, was that like they dialed up one of their blitzes and then they had a free rusher? And
No,
he
they just
kind
ran a
of
stunt that time. They rushed
they just
four.
ran a stunt, or yeah, okay, they just ran a stunt. I remember there being a free rusher. I wasn't sure if it was a blitz or something, but the pressure got there and it seemed like he probably rushed the decision and panicked a little bit. So
Yeah, but the thing is that Jacoby Myers just beat Zion McCallum so bad off the snap because they were running four
yeah,
verts as a return route, and he just beats him so bad where like McCallum is just freaked out, and Jacoby Myers, he has a safety over the top of him, right, and he's running this like four verts and underneath, so Jacoby Myers stops and like, hey, throw me the ball, because he's he's a smart player. He knows I got a safety over the top. This guy's watching me. If I stop right here, you throw me the ball, I can get some yak or something, and kind of like, and then I don't know. I don't know, man.
yeah,
I don't know if that caught off guard, but like, bro, throw it to him.
yeah.
That's really what it was, and that ended up being that the game. That the game was that whole play, and everything for the offense just didn't work after that. But before that, I mean, the offense looked pretty good, and that's what I'm saying. They were about to go up, but
Yeah.
then it was just bad play. I feel like that was the whole game, in my
And
opinion.
that sucked like basically sucked all the energy out of the team for the rest of it. To have a 10-minute drive and get nothing to show for it. Like I
Yeah,
think you said in on Sunday, like that just drains all your energy. To go that long where the long drive actually works against you because you can't even get 3 points on the board. Just
yeah.
kills you. Kills
You know,
everything.
did you look at the offensive line statistics? Because on film they didn't look too bad, but I didn't see the statistics from like PFF or anything like that.
I didn't do as much of a deep dive into that one this week. I didn't, so
Yeah, because on film they look pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna say they look great, and like I said, they had problem with the blitzes and the stunts, but like when it was rushing four and things like that, they did most of the time gave enough time to the quarterback. So I mean, these guys are young; they're gonna have some mistakes
yeah,
here and there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. Yeah, so it was 23. It was a lot of pressures. Dylan Parham had
gotcha.
8. Yeah, he did. But Dylan Parham had a really bad game. But I don't know. It's weird when you watch it because it's not like crazy amount of pressure, but you could see that there was some pressure. And I don't know how much was late in the game and stuff like that. But yeah, they didn't look too bad on film. I mean, like I said, I'm going to show like some of them. You struggle with the blitzes, but I'm also going to show when they're able to pick up these blitzes. So, um, yeah, I mean, these guys are young. There's going to be some ups and downs. I'm not going to get too crazy about it, but yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Did see that clip of JPJ against Vita Vea, and I saw a couple good ones from him. So that was encouraging me. I mean, again, didn't do a deep dive, but to see a handful of reps where he handled zone against a guy like that was one of the keys to the game for me, and fun to see him play well. So against the elite competition, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then he almost he tried to take Zion McCallum's head off on a little screen pass to Sincere McCormick on the drive they had right before he threw the interception. He tried to murder that man. So and he almost did because he knocked his head off. Crazy
Yeah.
play. All right, let's get into this film. Let's get into film. Let's do some offense first. Let's do some offense. All right, we're good, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna start off with Michael Mayer. All right, and we're gonna start off with him in the passing game and then get into some blocking. Now, Mayer got his most targets that he probably got all year, so they really made him a part of the passing game. probably for the first time, I would say. All right, so you're gonna watch. He's right here. You can watch him with Brock Bowers on the motion. This is the Brock Bowers one-handed catch. So what you see here, which I think Aiden could have threw him this ball. You see, this is a good route by Mayer. Kind of just a little jab step inside. He gets this corner to bite a little bit. Boom, he's open right there. They get
Oh,
him
yeah.
that ball. Maybe something's there, but O'Connell wanted to get this ball to Bowers. He threw the ball really good timing, and Bowers just does his thing right there. Makes it look easy. Watch this route one more time from Mayer. See it, boom, stop right there. And then Brock Bowers does his little freakish move. All right, so this one I really like because we're going to get like a sail concept on this one. So you get the motion and you get these two players running a sail concept. You sail, basically Bowers is running the clear out, and you get this to Michael Mayer on the sail route here. So stop it right here. You see how these guys are all over Brock Bowers. You can tell he's watching Bowers, right? But you see the opening right here that's opening up right for Michael Mayer. Nice clean route there. And he does his little thing, try to jump over somebody. So that's what I'm saying. This is probably the first game where they like really try to get him a part of the passing game, because this is a design play to him.
Yeah.
That sail concept right there. All right, here we go. Here's a little mesh concept here on this one. No, my bad. Just a pure drag.
Mesh.
It is mesh because he wanted to
Back.
Abdullah wanted to come mess with me here. So it is a mesh concept here, right? And this isn't a good throw from McConnell, but this is a great catch. Kind of see how great his hands are. Because if McConnell hits him in stride here, he probably gets some yards.
Or if he hits Abdullah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's true too as well. Very true, Matt. Abdullah is wide open there. Like, yeah, there's nobody around Abdullah. You want to get the bottom air there, I guess. All right, so that's what. So this is the play right before the interception here. So now it's just a pure drag on this one. All right, it's a little under route. Nice hands, and of course he tries to jump over somebody else again here. But he's reliable, man. He catches everything. That's the thing about Michael Mayer. And when you use these guys like this, in my opinion, and you get him these opportunities to kind of get the football, I think you can constantly get things done in the passing game here. So here's another one here. Another little mesh, like how he just sits here. Like I said, this is not a good throw either, but he makes a one-handed catch. See, we got two tight ends that can make one-handed catches here, guys. Yeah, bad throw, catches one hand, rolls over, gets 9. Let me watch this one from the backside here. But they were all over Brock Bowers in this game. It's crazy. And you see here, nice little one-handed catch right there. Look at that. And you see on this one, another little in route here. And what I like about this one, as you could tell, like he sees the zone, he sees the opening, boom, stops right there. Smart player, gets his eyes to the quarterback, gets the right depth for the first down, boom, breaks the tackle there. He's getting tackled on the next play, but he breaks the first one, boom, breaks that one, keeps rolling. First down. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too deep with a lot of these, but you see how he uses a reliable target. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's his game right there, like the short time intermediate game. And like that's where him and Bowers complement each other well.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If you use these guys well, you get Bowers in the deep stuff, then you can mix him in with some deep routes too, because he can run deep too. But he's just so reliable, underneath. All right, so this play, we're getting 4 verts basically, right? So we're getting 4 verts on this one. Now, this is probably the only play that he dropped, right? But you see here that O'Connell kind of sees him creeping over here a little bit. So I'll bring it back a little bit just so you guys can see it. He's creeping a little bit over there to Brock Bowers. So he sees this opening for Mayer. And to be honest, I thought this is a bad throw because we'll watch it from the backside. He ends up dropping this ball. but I thought this was a bad throw. You'll see it from the backside. Not an awful throw, but you can see why he falls on from the. You see it backside here. So you got the linebacker right, or the defensive end dropping back. I feel like he throws his ball more over here. He doesn't have to worry about that. But you see what it does. See how it's behind Mayer?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't lead him right there. Because if he just hits Mayer in stride right there, man, that's a big play.
Yeah. And he's bending towards the logo. And
Yeah.
again, I feel like you said, if he hits him there, you can make that safety miss. He's got a good angle to make
Mhm.
this a real explosive play.
Yeah. So, but as I'm saying, you can use him downfield as well. So that's a big part of his game. Somebody talk about how Bowers is open in that play too. Yeah, I mean he was. I mean he could have threw either guy. All right, so let's talk about some of these runs here. So get a little split zone here. You got Michael Mayer right here. It's a great block by him. You see, he just is good form there. Hands inside, boom, extends, gets that block on a defensive end, really opens up that hole so this guy can't make a play at all. Jordan Meredith actually misses his block here, but doesn't matter. Sincere McCormick, he's just gonna find that hole. I love this run too. How he presses the hole a little bit, sees that opening right away, and then gets to the hole. But it's a great block by Michael Mayer there too. All right, here's another one here. All right, so you see Mayer on the pull here, basically another little split zone. So this one, he does a good job of, with the coach split zone. I think they try to get this out of the game after somebody got hurt. Who got hurt on this? I forgot. But he does a good job of kind of knocking out. The guy's crashing right there. Boom. Just good job knocking him out. And of course, good run there by Sincere McCormick getting the yards that he can. Look at this nice little run here. Nice little split zone run. 1-on-1 with Lavonte David. Sets up that block a little bit. All right. All right, Sincere. All right. So next one here. So now we're getting some counter, right? Looks like it was a GT counter, right?
GY.
What was up?
GY,
counter.
but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you see him just kind of maybe you could just say that maybe he blocked the wrong guy here, but he probably doesn't see Lavonte David crashing, right? He's going right for this guy right here. Kind of, does a little guy kind of shoves him to the side a little bit, but I still think he gets in the way enough. But this plays all Sincere McCormick anyways, because Lavonte David just reads the hell out of this. And he goes right to it.
Munford should pick up David. I think.
Probably. But it doesn't matter. Boom. It don't matter. Boom. Look at that. Just it's a bowling ball, man. He's a mini bowling ball. All right, here we go. Here's another run here. Michael Mayer. See who got the lead here. It's a great block on David right there. See him hit that block right there. Great block. And of course, McCormick, you can't run over
You're not running over the 350-pound dude, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they should have held this double team a little longer just because where this run is going. And he kind of released it, and he kind of just left JPJ to the wolves with great, this leverage. It was easy for him to just toss him aside, and yeah, he wasn't going anywhere.
I love the effort. He just swallowed him up. That was hilarious.
All right, so here we go. Another little zone look here, inside zone this time, and you see another good block by Mayer. You see, he has pretty good leverage here. I mean, this guy's kind of crossing his face a little bit, but it's not. He's not getting like if let's say Sincere McCormick went this way, maybe he could try to make that one arm tackle and see how that goes. But of course, this is a 3rd and 1, I think, and it's McCormick versus David again. Who wins? Oh nope, it's McCormick. If anybody respects him after this, is Lavonte David. I would say that. All right, this is my favorite block. I think this is a 4th and 1, I think. Probably another 3rd and 1. So we're getting another little counter look here. And just look at this block by Mayer. Just bam, just knocks that, opens up that hole, and McCormick goes right behind him for the first down.
Smart run because that was short yardage, right?
Yeah. This is big time. Here's the last one here. See him kind of get it up to this, what is that? Up to the safety here. Who's up in the box. Another good block there. All right, it's a good job by 43 reading this play, though. Reading that zone read. But, man, look, it's just a bowling ball, man. Look at him still get 5 yards here, bro. Boom.
Something better than nothing.
Nothing. All right. So let's get to some of these blitzes here. So this is the first one. This was a quick little swing route. But I want you guys to see here is that, Levante David is not really showing the blitz. You kind of can see it right here, but the ball's about to be snapped. So it's really literally too late. Okay. So watch this offensive line. So the offensive line has no idea he's coming. Okay. Maybe Parham could have looked and felt it. Right. But I feel like I don't know. He just was fully on this double team here. Didn't even really think he's coming and kind of just left this a free rusher there. You can see he sees it late. It's too late, Parham. This is probably his worst game that he played all year. But you see right there, I mean, this kind of just shows you what's going to happen later on this game, right? Oh, free rusher, boom. Okay. All right, so here's another one. So this is I think the sack at the beginning of the game. And you kind of can see, like, on this one's it felt a little different. I think this one's a little bit more JPJ, but they just didn't see Levante David. I know he's coming late here, but you kind of can see him creeping, right? You see him creeping a little bit. You wish JPJ would have saw that, and it kind of just left that free man just coming right down the middle. Sack. So the blitzes were a problem.
That was a good blitz too, because
go ahead, my bad.
I was just gonna say that's a good blitz call because JPJ turns right, so he has the right A gap, but they basically the defense just gives up the B gap and they don't pick up, like you said, they don't pick up on it. Like even if JPJ passes off Vita Vea, I mean Parham picks him up late, but Vita Vea is coming running down on Aiden O'Connell.
That's true. All right, so here's another blitz here. So this one, I think Colt Miller is expecting Sincere McCormick to come up here and block him because you see how they both go outside. So he's expecting McCormick to come up and block this guy. McCormick goes outside. So this is a miscommunication here and kind of leaves this free rusher. Now, I mean, he ends up getting this pass off, but you see he gets popped, right? So these free rushers were coming all game. Boom, pop.
I think McCormick's right on that because we're going big on big, back on back. Like Miller should stick with Diaby. But yeah, very clearly not on the same page.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's another one. All right, show that one. Here we go. So this one, it wasn't. They ended up getting a free rusher here. They actually ended up picking it up pretty good on the play action look, right? But Parham just gets destroyed by Cansey like he did all game. It kind of and it forces O'Connell to run backwards. Which O'Connell starts running backwards, guys, we're in trouble. If you guys learned that by now, we are in trouble. Something bad's happening. It's either a sack or he does that. So yeah, Cansey was just kicking his ass all game. So you just saw how quick he got inside on him. It was just right there. He ripped through. I mean, because Tucker was open, man. If he just threw it to him, I don't know. It's just weird. All right, so a couple of good pickups here. I just want to show a couple of them. So see this, the kind of the same blitz, but just good job by McCormick. He sees it, comes up, picks it up, allows O'Connell to get this ball off to Bowers off this blitz. You do see here DJ Glaze gets beat around the corner, right? He's caught leaning here a little bit. He tries to knock the hands down. So basically, instead of trying to get his hands on him a little bit, but ends up being a nice little play, a nice little pickup by McCormick. So I just want to give a couple shout outs to McCormick here. And you see another one here. McCormick got the blitz coming, two guys coming, right? And McCormick, boom, nice little block there, picking it up. Allows quarterback to get the ball off. So I'm just saying, man, we might get an every down back. Matt, we might have an every down back.
Nice. That looked nice, yeah. Like I said, I feel like that one miscommunication that might have been on Colton Miller, but
yeah,
I mean, good to see from him putting it all together. So ready to have something I think in him for sure. Just in like even the run that you showed where like there was not much going on, that unblocked defender was crashing down, and he just kind of puts his pads down and picks up 5. Like you said, he's the most natural back we've watched all year, which is
Yeah.
frustrating to say that, and seeing if he didn't play until 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he was just sitting on the practice squad, just in practice, looking good. You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah.
just a little mini bowling ball. But yeah, and like I said, Michael Mayer, he's blocking really well right now. And like I said, he could be used as a receiver. So, I think they're going to stick with the 12 personnel looks. They got, like I said, they got creative this week. Mixing it up with those two and like making those guys kind of the main targets on the team, which is really not a bad thing, in my opinion.
And
So
when we talked all summer, that's how we wanted the offense to function. That was the plan.
yeah,
Obviously, having his off the field and personal issues threw a big wrench in that, but it also makes it better to see him have a big game like he did on Sunday. Because one, personally for him to break through, and again to see him grow as we look towards the future and getting it fun and getting it done in both phases of the game.
yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, let's get into this defense, man. Let's check out what we got on
Yeah.
defense.
Sound good. All right, so doing a little bit of a different approach with the defense this game. We're gonna look at both safeties, Isaiah Paul and then Trevon Moehrig. Moehrig's gonna be more positive. Paul, obviously, we're gonna, as you can see, as the Dolphins are up on the screen. I promise you, I did not screw up the Florida teams here. Just with Paul, I just kind of wanted to show a bigger picture of what's going on. He's struggled in a few different areas, but I think one of the biggest ones has been covering tight ends, and it's been most consistent. So went back and looked at like the last 3 games. We'll see this one against Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith had 2 catches for 2 touchdowns on him, this being one of them. Now, I will cut him a little bit of slack. This is a pretty good play call here from Mike McDaniel against man coverage. I believe it was 4th and 2, obviously on the goal line, and they motioned Smith across the formation, which is going to be a tough cover for anyone because they're creating this natural pick or rub route. The one thing Paul does that I think screws him here, if you notice, like right about here, he looks back at the quarterback. And again, this is an adverse play, an adverse situation, no matter what.
Mhm.
But once you see this, like what I would like to see him is, instead of doing this little look back to the quarterback, just run full speed and go collision this guy. And just
Yeah.
go collision Smith. Like worst case scenario, you time it up proper, or you miss the timing on it, and you get called for pass interference. They move the ball up 1 yard, and we still have a chance to get off the field. Best case scenario, you collide with them at the catch point, you create and you get a PBU, and we keep them off the scoreboard. Either one of those is a better result than just giving up a touchdown right here. And again, tough play call and tough assignment, but just a little thing right here that ends up screwing them. Also, I don't know who was supposed to get Jalen Waddle, but that also could have been touched.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides the point. This one against Smith, just a pure coverage break. I mean, right now, what I will say that, again, Mike McDaniel had a pretty good game plan and did some creative stuff. The Dolphins are in 13 personnel. The only wide receiver in the game is Tyreek Hill here at the top of the screen. Got a tight end here, Durham Smythe. I don't know his name, but another tight end. Smith's in the slot, and then this is Mostert in the at the let's see, as the wide receiver at the bottom of the screen here. And what that does is forces the Raiders to get into their base package, which with Patrick Graham they don't do much. As you can see, we got Diablo in the game, Spillane, and Charles Snowden here. And then what the Raiders are going to do, since it's an empty formation, is they're going to run a cover 0 blitz. The problem becomes, and you'll see Spillane point this out here, when Smythe motions across the formation, like Spillane's pointing at Polamalu to bump over. So I have the arrow here. Polamalu doesn't. And then watch him post snap. He ends up staying on this side of the field and covering Spillane's guy. We want Spillane on the tight end here. Now, I know there's 3 in the game, but we want Spillane on the guy that is literally lined up on the tight end position. We want our safety on the receiver or the tight end that lined up at receiver on this side of the formation. And he should be having number 3 here. If you watch, like Richardson's going to pick up Mostert here. Mary's going to have Smythe. And the problem is no one is guarding Jonnu Smith, and he ends up getting the easiest 57-yard touchdown you'll ever see and lose the foot race. So again, just a pure coverage break. It's kind of 2 more mental mistakes from IPM in this game. Get to the bigger issues here in a second. This one's going to be against Noah Gray. technically goes for an incompletion, but I mean, if you can see like right here, like Gray's got a step on him. You see here at the top of the route, and we'll see it better from the end zone angle. What Gray does, and this is my fear with Isaiah Palomar, is while he is 6'4", he's really thin, really skinny.
Yeah.
So when he guards these tight ends and they get physical with them, they get separation. I mean, I don't know why Mahomes kind of sails this throw and doesn't throw it towards the sideline, because if he does, this is potentially a touchdown and at least, probably inside the 10.
Mm-hmm.
He throws it toward the front pylon, and Palomar honestly just gets lucky. Like, we'll see an even better example of the separation here from the end zone view. Again, just kind of leans into him. Nice little flipper technique from Gray, which is like teach tape material on how you do it. Kind of way of getting away with a little OPI, because you're never going to get that call.
Yeah.
Get lucky.
Yeah. Mahomes really missed that throw, man.
Now this one I'm going to give Paul Mal a ton of, or I'm not going to hold up against him anyway. And I actually think it's a pretty good play from him, because what the Raiders do, and we'll see the same thing in a bit here. Whenever the Chiefs got into this look, the Raiders were blitzing the nickel off the edge. Patrick Mahomes just makes a perfect read and throws Kelsey hot. So especially with Paul Mal playing deep to disguise the blitz pre-snap, I mean, there's nothing better you can do, and he ends up making a pretty good open field tackle. So that one I'm not gonna hold against him. This one against Kelsey, though, again, kind of shows his issues in man coverage. Little out route here from Kelsey. You notice at the top of the route, Kelsey gives him a little head fake to the outside or the inside here, right, looking towards the other sideline. Follow him out, just getting in and out of his break. He bites on it and ruins his leverage, and he is not good at getting in and out of his breaks. Ends up stumbling and falling. We'll see something similar like that actually happened in the Bucs game later. Again, stumble really hurts him because he ends up giving up more yards after the catch. Worst case scenario, this should be 2nd and 9.
Yeah.
Tackle here at the 40-yard line. Instead, the Chiefs end up picking up first and 20. See, don't think the end zone view is great, but we can at least see a little bit of the separation. Yeah, way too high too. When you're 6'4" and tall, you want to stay low. He doesn't. And we got to stay on our feet.
Mm-hmm. Got work.
Yeah, this is going to be basically. There's literally, I think, the same play call as the one we saw before. Kelsey just drops it, but yeah, not holding this one against IPM. Just kind of showing you the targets or the catches or the targets, I should say, that he's given up this 2 tight ends specifically. This one's going to be a tough one. Another cover 0 look against Cade Otton. And I mean, this one to me really highlighted is change of direction issues. We'll get to the missed tackle here in a second. But again, cover 0. Similar look as what we saw in that clip against, which one was that one? In the busted coverage one, except this time he does actually cover the right guy. And same thing, 13 personnel from the Bucs. And we're Raiders are going to run cover 0 again. But like, if you notice, like with Paul Mal, I mean, he's on the 30, gets caught on his heels a little bit here, and then when Otton breaks out, like Paul Mal takes like 5 yards to make that cut. You can't drive on the route when you have to give up this much room vertically. You can't just get in and out and be able to make a play on it. If he is, one, he probably is not giving up that much separation. And even if he does give up a little bit of separation, if his change of direction is even just a little bit better, he can maybe at least be in a better position to make the tackle. Instead, we go high, miss the tackle on Otton, and what should be at worst a 15, 20-yard game where we're keeping the Bucs in their own territory, ends up putting them in scoring position. I believe this was late in the game, too, that led to one of their scores. So costly plays, man. Let's see it from the end zone view.
Yeah, you can just see why he's undrafted.
Yeah. Just not, and that's the frustrating thing is I know some people want to play him in the box and play him at strong safety. You play him at strong safety, he's going to draw more assignments against tight ends, and as you can see, it's not going well at this point. Yeah. But all right, moving on to the positive side of things. Trevon Moehrig had a hell of a game. If you saw on PFF, had an elite grade, and made a lot of plays too that I think wouldn't necessarily show up in his grade or show up as highlights here. Like this one, we'll start with a few plays that he made against the run. Like you can see just from the sideline view. This is blocked up perfectly from the Bucs here. Like they have the front blocked up, got a hat on a hat here.
Good Lord. And
it is basically Rashard White, I believe. I think Bucky was in the fullback technically on this play. Yeah, Rashard White, 1-on-1 with Isaiah Palomar, and or I guess 2-on-1 with Trevon Moehrig and Isaiah Palomar. and Moehrig makes a great open field tackle. I'm going to be honest with you guys, Paul Mound missed 4 tackles in this game. I'm not confident he makes that play, especially with White having a little bit of an advantage to be able to cut back. So this is a touchdown saving play, in my opinion, or at least a big play. Obviously, they still get the first down, but for a deep safety, this is a great play against the run. This is what you want. This is why you're called a safety, because we're preventing scores on this one. Little counter run.
God damn.
Explain my guy.
Yeah. Good Lord. That is a big hole.
I believe that was first quarter, just to give you guys an example. Right. Why the Bucs got away from running the ball was an interesting one. This one, going to be some good box safety play here. Obviously lining up here. Similar run as the last one, just counter from a different formation. Also a nice play here by our boy Chason, who had a good game. Nice play against the run here, taking on the Fuller. All right, we got that. Adam Butler here defeating the Bucs. This is better. I'll tell you what, you can tell probably this was the second or third quarter.
Yeah.
And on top of it too, from Moehrig's perspective, just being physical, getting involved in the run fit. Not a highlight play from him, but we're getting involved there and we're helping make him play. This one was my favorite play he made against the run. This is late in the game. And like if you see with the Bucs come out in this little this ace or balanced set that I showed a lot in the preview, and they're going to motion the tight end across the formation, which looks like the Raiders are in man coverage because Moehrig is following him. And the problem this creates is it creates another gap for the offense that the Raiders have to account for. So if you look at this, we got Jenkins in the nose. He's got the A gap. Butler's in the B gap. Crosby going to get a little bit of a bluff or an arc release here from the tight end, where he's going to be fitting or he's the force player to force White to run inside of him. And Moehrig is responsible for the new gap that was created right in here. That's why he falls in the run fit. The problem is, just creature habit there. Divine Diablo, he doesn't keep his outside arm free, and obviously you can see his helmet's on the wrong side. He's technically in Moehrig gap, but he takes this block on square instead of having his outside arm free. So White has a lane right now. Again, Moehrig is responsible for this gap right here, this C gap that they just created. Mm-hmm. So he's doing his responsibility here. Then again, he sees White. He sees White bounce it and ends up just making a great play to make an open field tackle. I believe that was third down, or it was short yardage to prevent a first down. So again, hell of a play from him, this time in the box. Showing some versatility as a run defender.
Yeah.
Moving on to a few reps in coverage. Again, not one that's got stood up on the stat sheet here, but you're going to see the Raiders play cover one. And I mean, this to me is a perfect robber coverage. And I think part of the reason why Mayfield doesn't throw to Evans here is, one, he sees the late safety rotation with Paul Lamau with dropping deep. But two, if he throws this to Evans, who is wide open, I think that's to Cameron Richardson. No, excuse me, that's Jack Jones who's playing off coverage. Moehrig's in a great position to either pick this ball off, get a PBU, or maybe even make a big hit on Evans. So Mayfield, I was actually kind of surprised he didn't throw this. But again, I think right here he sees Moehrig crashing down and and driving on it, pulls it, ends up throwing the little corner out here, the sail route, and Darnay Holmes, who had an up and down game, ends up making a great play at the catch point. So again, Moehrig not the focal point here, but a good play from him nonetheless. See it from the end zone view a little bit. Nice play by him. Little things. Mm-hmm. Little things that not everyone's doing.
Exactly.
This rep going to be similar. We're actually going to get a great pass rush here from John Jenkins. You'll see it pretty dominant. This is going to be the pick that Baker Mayfield threw, and also a great play right here from Jack Jones. So again, want to acknowledge those guys because they're the ones who actually make the play. Nice rush from Crosby too. But what I wanted to point out, and the reason why I'm calling or like this from Moehrig, you're going to see this time he's going to play the single high safety role. And part of the reason why Mayfield throws this, yes, the pressure's coming and he panics a little bit and isn't able to step into it because John Jenkins kicks some ass.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he thinks Otten is open right now. Mm-hmm. Part of that is because Moehrig is baiting him into throw, and once the ball is out, he kind of drives on it. And had this been an accurate throw, I think Trevon Moehrig makes this interception.
Yeah, that might be a pick six.
Yeah, exactly. He just ain't got those the hops like that. Again, not that I would expect him to, but he's in a great position to make a play on that, and like you said, maybe a pick six. So Another example of him being in the right spot. Go ahead.
I even think Mayfield he was trying to throw it further downfield because Moehrig was basically kind of playing that, and I think he was maybe trying to play it downfield, but
yeah, like throw it away almost. What you're saying?
Kind of, or try to, or he didn't know Cotton was going to stop either. I think he thought he was going to keep going.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. A lot of interesting decisions from Mayfield on this one. Good ones and bad ones from a weird game. All right, this one going to be a little cover 2. I believe this is 2nd and 20 from the Bucs. Now, I will say I'm not a huge fan of Moehrig's depth. Like if you see right here, he takes the cheese a little bit, and this dig route behind him is going to come open, and he gets bailed out because Crosby wins on the stunt to get some pressure. But what I do like is when Mayfield escapes Crosby's sack, Moehrig does a great job of driving on the ball and driving on the check down. And he actually ends up getting a PBU on this one when delivering a big hit, playing physical. So again, another example of him playing in the box.
Yeah,
see it here from the end zone.
Sack him here. God.
He sometimes Max will do this stuff where he just kind of like jumps when he doesn't need to, kind of out of control. Like if he just breaks down and like just wraps up Mayfield, he gets the sack and the safety. But what I want to show too here is on the end zone view, you can see a great job of how Moehrig uses his arm here. Like you can kind of see it right here. And he just kind of punches that ball out. Again, doing that little extra effort to not only make a great play or make a good tackle, but to do the A+ play to punch it out and force the Bucs to be in 3rd and 20 in their own end. This was probably one of my favorite plays he made in coverage. Bucs are running an RPO here, and it works pretty well against the Raiders' call because one, it looks like they're playing zone. So no one follows 17 here across the formation. If anyone does, it's Robert Spillane, who I'll take 17 running a flat route away from Spillane any day of the week. And on top of it, like the Raiders DBs, we got, I think that's Richardson playing off coverage, and then obviously the deep safety here. So the only guy that can make this play is Trevon Moehrig. So Mayfield's smart and makes the right decision to throw the screen. Moehrig just makes a better play by beating that receiver's block and crashing in on it. And again, another play where he ends up getting a PBU. I thought he'd get it. I thought he caught this live and he got a TFL on it. That's what I was worried. That's what I was curious about it on the stat sheet, but it actually ends up being a PBU for him. So again, 2nd down here, setting up 3rd down, and that's an easy 1st down if he doesn't make that tackle.
It's a great play.
Another great play. The end zone view. Get a catch it at the end to see the little tackle attempt, but now on top of it, Moehrig got a decent game rushing the passer. This one, I guess technically, if you want to be technical on it, he's in coverage here, but Raiders are going to roll to cover 3 here where he drops down. What I like about this play is he shows some football IQ. Like he's playing the curl the flat area here in cover 3, but the one receiver on his side of the formation works across the center, and then we got the tight end and the back staying in the protection scheme and nothing coming back his way. So he realizes like, hey, I'm not going to be a robot and just hang around here on 3rd and 9. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start coming downhill and reducing space on the quarterback so that when the pass rush starts to get there and Mayfield starts to scramble, now I can go get involved in the sack with Clayvon. Again, just being smart and being a football player, not a robot, not just standing around and covering grass. Like, let's go get involved in the play. Also love this too. We'll talk some shit, bro. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love it. I love the edge, man. He's played like a little bit of an asshole this year, and I like it.
I mean, yeah. He looks like he's earning some money. That's what he looks like to me.
It's true. That's true. I wonder if that's what he said to him. Be like, give me my money right here.
Pay the man.
Pay the man. This can be the sack that Bernie ends up getting. Again, Moehrig's going to walk down into the box late here. Raiders are going to run cover 0 and put the back in conflict. And we'll see it better from the end zone view, actually. But yeah, we'll take a look at it from this side. Again, you can see with the bind, this play call puts the running back in. The back initially doesn't quite see Moehrig creeping down late. And he goes to pick up Bernie, and then at the last second realizes, oh crap, Moehrig's faster. He's the most dangerous man. He goes to pick him up, but because of Moehrig's speed, he's already won the pass rush rep. And then what I like too is he's going to go swipe at the ball and watch what Mayfield ends up doing. Watch that little move by Mayfield. He goes to tuck it into his like outside hip and then spin so that Moehrig doesn't get the strip sack. And what that does is that helps Bernie when he comes and makes the collision. Like you can see Bernie's hand here. Now that ball is perfectly placed so that Bernie can go poke it out. And then on top of it, I don't know if Trevon Moehrig maybe played a little DN or something in high school or at TCU, but this is some nice bend, man. We corner at the top of the rush. And that's what ends up getting him the fumble, man. It's a nice little pass rush rep, man. Well, I guess 7's a D-line number now, but we might have to put him at the line of scrimmage. Let him get a couple tackles with speed. I don't know. Nice rep.
Yeah.
Right. This can be the last one. This was, again, another great play by him. Technically, this is a pass rush rep. The Raiders are running a 3 deep, 2 under fire zone here. And the Bucs have a great play call for it. Like what you're going to see is they're going to kind of like, or they have a max protection look here, or at least maybe not max protection, but I guess they only have 5 in it. No, they got the tight end in here. I'm all screwed up.
Max protection. Yeah, it's
max protection. There we go. I knew what I was talking about at first. I just need to trust myself.
Exactly.
But anyway, Raiders run a fire zone here, and we get the tight end sticking in the protection scheme, and on top of it, the other tight end working across the formation kind of bluffs the block here, and Moehrig can initially widen with the back, but if you notice what the Bucs are trying to set up, they're basically trying to set up like a little screen or a swinger out here to Rashard White, and if they complete that, I mean, Otten, I believe that is, or the tight end's able to block Spillane. And then White has a lot of green grass in front of him to run up the sideline. Makes one of these two guys miss, or both of them, it might be a touchdown. However, Trevon Moehrig, who's blitzing on the fire zone, gets his hands up and bats it past the line of scrimmage. So again, they complete this to White. Like you can see this right now. Like Spillane is one thing, or is for one going inside the block. So this is going to be an easy block here for, I believe, again, Otten, the tight end.
Yeah.
And 2, we got, I don't know who that is.
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones, yep. Jack Jones is also going to be inside. So, yeah, it would be Rashard White with Isaiah Paul-Mao, the guy who, again, missed 4 tackles. Or that might be a touchdown. Get it from the end zone view. Get a good view of him making a play. Let's get his hands up. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't know. Maybe you put this guy at some DN. I don't know. Maybe put him at the edge. This is natural. This is natural for him. That's the pass.
I know, man.
His hands up. I like it. So yeah, I mean that's part of what I liked about Moehrig's game, and I talked about this a little bit in the instant reaction show. Is like I know a lot of his flashier plays are coming in the box, coming when he's playing strong safety, but he's playing free safety pretty well too. I mean, we just saw him have great plays in coverage, great plays against the run, and some good pass rush reps. We talk about it all the time with safeties. You're judged on how versatile and how many things you can do. Well, I tell you what, if I'm his agent, I'm showing teams this film and I'm saying, how many zeros are going to be at the end of that check?
Yeah.
In this offseason, because he earned himself some money. That was an impressive day from him.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's played pretty well all year too. I mean, he has not having a down year or anything like that. I think he's pretty consistent. I think he's always been, making plays. He's played really well in the box, which, something that, he wasn't really totally known for coming out. But I mean, he's really showed his tackling ability, his blitzing ability. They're able to move him around. So I mean, he's a really versatile safety at this point. It's a lot of things to like. That was some really good film to watch. I mean, I feel like he made a lot of plays for his defense. Like I'm saying, he's cleaning up for bad linebacker play.
Yeah.
He seems like an impact safety. So that's the thing. Like if you're the Raiders and you have a young player who's ascending, basically, right? I mean, he's getting better. You just can't let that go. You know what I mean? Like you just can't do that. But we'll see how Tom Telesco handles that. He has the money for it. There's really no reason not to pay him. So
yeah. I hope because one of the things I think that gives me hope is I guess it happened afterwards, but I feel like Tom Telesco knows the value of a good safety, because he had a good one last year in Alohi Gilman, who ended up getting a contract extension, obviously after Telesco got fired. But I feel like I hope he'll prioritize him because he's playing pretty damn well. And again, we've seen him be a good, even better free safety in year 3 and 1 for him. So we know he can do both, and to see him grow in the box this season has been, I mean, even better. So yeah, I feel like he's a guy that you gotta prioritize in the offseason, especially with I mean it sucks that it comes down to this, but like a guy like Nate Hobbs who's had some health issues in the past and this year missed like I don't know, what is he up to? 4 games this year or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Missed like the last month. He's the other guy that I think you might be prioritizing him and Kuntz. And I mean, I think you gotta reward the guy that's been able to stay on the field. If you remember back in Mayor's rookie year, that was one of his big calling cards that he played like every snap, but like 6 as a rookie defensively. So he stays healthy and he can impact your defense in multiple ways. And that's the guy I think you got to bring back.
yeah. In my opinion, I think slot corners don't make a lot of money, so I don't know how much money Nate Hobbs is gonna want because Nate Hobbs is not an outside corner. He's a slot guy. He's gonna make
Yeah,
Mike Hilton money. Maybe I don't know who the highest paid slot corner is right now, but it's
yeah,
not 20 million. You ain't getting outside corner
yeah,
money, right? So
yeah.
he like I said, they have the money to keep both those guys, so we'll see what they decide to do. But I think slot corner is a lot easier to replace than a safety who's doing all that.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree. I mean, I want to say slot corner, you're usually probably sitting around like 10, 11 for a decent one. And
Mhm.
safety, you're probably looking at like 14, 15. So
Yeah,
a year.
yeah, and who knows if Merrick is going to want that because I mean, is he Buda Baker? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't really
Yeah.
showed that
Not that. Yeah.
to ask for that
Not
type
that
of
level
money.
yet. Not that level
Yeah,
yet. But yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Like I said, check out my one play breakdown. I'm gonna be doing Shooter Sanders for Cincinnati for members tomorrow, so check that out. Um, but yeah, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe, guys. It's draft time basically, so we can start revving up. But that's it. We're out of here. Hope you guys had enjoyed this. Peace.
Peace.